before there was a Columbus Day. And it happened on the Santa Maria.
A great flash of light with a level of brilliance unlike anything known at the time suddenly erupts from the sea to the sky, startling Columbus and his crew of 120 aboard the 3-ship Spanish fleet. In less than 5 hours, they would discover the New World. This possible USO incident is more than just legend and lore. For the first time ever, original text from Columbus's log has been made available to the History Channel by archivists at Fordham University, custodian of a rare handwritten copy of the journal. Entries on both September 17th and September 20th indicate that stars or other unidentified lights in the sky are seen to move.
The cause was that the star moved from its place, but the needles remained stationary.
And from the infamous entry of October 11th,
the Admiral, at 10 o'clock that evening, standing on the quarterdeck, saw a light. Calling to Pero Gutierrez, he told him he saw a light and bid him look that way, which he did and saw it. The Admiral again perceived it once or twice, appearing like the light of a wax candle, moving up and down.
To an eyewitness account recorded in Christopher Columbus's journal in 1492.
They saw it going up and down in the night.
To the world's only government-documented USO incident, a dramatic event off the coast of Nova Scotia, Canada.
On the night of October 4th, 67, a UFO was seen to hover over the waters of Shank Harbor, tilted to a 45-degree angle, and descended rapidly to the water surface, producing a flash and the sound of an explosion.
According to researchers, deep-sea UFOs are lurking in the uncharted waters of our oceans. Have UFOs visited our planet? Or are they already here?
Now this week we've been following a mystery near Cleveland, Ohio. It involves unexplained lights in the sky and allegations of UFOs. Here's the update. Last night, it happened again. For the 9th night in a row, residents of Euclid, Ohio, to the east of Cleveland, claimed to see the mysterious light over Lake Erie. And this time there were apparently a pair of lights. Eugene Ehrlich has been videotaping the strange images all week, and he joins us by phone from Cleveland. Eugene, I know it was a bit cloudy last night because of the rain, but what did you see?
Well, we saw the lights come back, and we actually saw 2 lights over the south side of Cleveland, and it looked like they were moving around each other. And right after that, we saw what looked like helicopters in pairs just patrolling the area. This has never happened before.
As far as the helicopters, let's go through some of the explanations. Over the last couple of days, I've talked to officials from NASA. They have the lab called the Glenn Research Center. They sometimes test rockets, but say they haven't done any testing this week. A Pentagon official told me the U.S. military hasn't been doing anything. The FAA acknowledges the light patterns have been different. But one of these officials suggested that maybe this is a helicopter. The lights that you're seeing are maybe a rescue helicopter from one of the hospitals, maybe the Cleveland Clinic. You're an EMT. Could that be possible?
Well, here's the thing. When we get helicopters coming in, usually they're within the lake. But when you get airplanes coming in, that could be possible. But the way we've seen these helicopters, you can very clearly tell what's a helicopter, what's a plane, and what these illuminations are. And they are very distinct. The light patterns are just completely irregular and so bright, and they don't contain the colors that you would see on a helicopter or a plane.
And again, every night it's between about 7 and 8 o'clock, and they last for an hour or two. Is that right?
It really depends. It lasted a few hours last night, but it depends if it's clear or not. They sometimes stay much longer. I really couldn't say.
Well, Eugene Ehrlich, we appreciate you keeping track in all of this, and we look forward to seeing some more of your tapes, and we will keep our viewers posted, of course, as we continue to try to figure out what exactly this thing is. Again, along Lake Erie near Euclid, Ohio, which is just to the east of Cleveland. Again, Eugene, thanks very much. We appreciate it.
Oh, thank you, David. Have a nice one.
It wasn't just 1 or 2 people. These were crew members on the USS FDR. So this is one of those very famous multiple sightings where everybody saw these objects.
One journalist aboard the USS FDR during the operations had perhaps the very best view of this reported swarm of USO activity through his camera lens. September 20th, 1952, 11 a.m. Several crewmen witnessed yet another fast-maneuvering spherical USO rise from the water to the sky just behind the fleet. Journalist Wallace Littman, on board the FDR documenting the operation, points his 35mm Canon camera at the horizon and quickly snaps two images of a fast-moving disk that seemingly defies all laws of gravity. The images were believed to have been studied by the Navy, but no official report was ever filed.
Wallace Littman took photos of the flying disc going over the USS FDR in Operation Main Brace. I got copies of his photographs that shows the object going over the ship, and you see the ship's superstructure and part of a wing of an airplane, just like a bright light going to a ship's forward. So, but they said it was like a disc light to some of the witnesses.
USO sightings aboard the USS FDR during Operation Main Brace were not exclusive to enlisted men and non-coms. Some believe that General Dwight Eisenhower may have even witnessed similar objects as a guest aboard the FDR.
I have heard reports that Eisenhower was on the FDR when one of these sightings occurred. The people who are the serious witnesses to operations and events have been afraid to come forward, both because they've been threatened, they're also afraid of being ridiculed.
According to experts, many documents involving Main Brace remain classified. However, others have been released. Is there a motive for officials to keep 50-year-old events secret?
The military.
Deja un poquito que esté.